Hey guys, it's Lemming Rush. Christmas is the best time to grind credits, so we're gonna have some fun in the LT432. This is quickly becoming my favorite tank of all, like, in my entire garage. It's one of my favorite tanks so far. It's an absolute beast. Oh lord. Now, for this one, we're on the map Fisherman's Bay. So, Fisherman's Bay is one of the roughest maps that I've really ever played in World of Tanks. I think it's a lot of open space that's not really conducive to playing the game well. So, it's really hard because you can't move around when there's a ton of open space. That being said, I turned the anonymizer on, so I'm a lot more comfortable being aggressive because I'm not going to get focused by XVM. At least that's what I think. So what I'm going to do is we're going to push up to G1. G1's a very aggressive play, but it often wins you the game on Fisherman's Bay. It doesn't get you a lot of damage, but what happens is if you're in a tank like the LT432, high tier heavies who kind of go to the one line will YOLO you. And if that doesn't happen, you can just kind of push up and start scouting people. So I really like the one line as a play. I think it's a very high risk, high reward, but often you kill 2 or 3 tanks just by going there, and it really doesn't require a whole lot of skill, if you know what I mean. So this tank is massive. What I see most tanks do on this map, if they're in a light or similar like setup to mine, they'll often sit in this row of bushes right up here to try to spot TDs who shoot at G2, G3. I think that's an okay play. Is my play going to be bad though? This is definitely the safer play, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I can come up to here, and I don't think I'm going to push all the way up to this windmill because that'll get me lit. What I like to do if I don't want to play as aggressively is I'll just take this bush, because this way I beat out any scout who's back here. I'll spot people first, and you can see I get 339 damage. And what I do is I knock this tree over so it blocks anyone here from spotting me. So it's actually a really decent play, and I can just kind of get spotting damage after people shoot. The thing is, in this game, look at the lineups. I'm not going to be spotting a whole lot of people, and even if, like, I spot people, most of their team is over here. So let's go to T27, get spotted. I'm definitely going to put a shot into him because I want to push up and I want to start seeing who's on this side of the map, because looking at their lineup, like, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Now, as I come up to here, I have to make sure I don't poke if I'm lit. You can see the 704 moved down to C1. So what will happen is if someone plays this rock, 704 will have shots, but he's not going to have shots on people very well if they're kind of like poking on me from this angle. So I have to be careful. This angle 704 can cover as well. So we'll just poke, see what we find. And from here, I'm going to see if I can spot this 54 and maybe even get the track. So I put a shot into him, and I want this guy to be aggressive because I want the 704 to shoot him. I'm using myself as bait right here, and I think this is a decent play. Now, once this guy goes dark, I'll go dark too. I'll feel comfortable poking back up. And this guy, there's likely to be tanks here looking for me, if I'm honest. So there you go, get YOLO. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's 1,000 whatever spotting that I immediately get because the LT432 decides to rush me. That's exactly what I want. And this is the type of play where you rely on, like, the thing about using a 704 to support you is he might get screwed by RNG. So if he misses, he's got, what, a 15-second reload? In that case, this LT432 could have actually killed me. So you want more than one tank supporting you because it's going to improve your consistency when playing aggressively like this. So at this point in time, they're down a scout. We've still got tanks back here, and we know for a fact that the majority of their team is over here. So what I would try to do is I'm going to see if I can literally just sit here and catch someone off guard. Because what most people do in a situation like this is they'll push up way too aggressively and they'll get themselves killed because they can't see any enemies. So I don't want to make that mistake. I'd rather just kind of continually play safely. And what's interesting to me is how that Skoda outspotted me. So he spotted me before I really got... How do you say it? He spotted me through the bush. That's exactly how you say it. So I don't want to take that risk again. And really, honestly, I'm not going to continue to play here if that's going to happen. I think what I'd rather do is we have tanks in the mid, so we don't have to worry about people in the mid shooting us, is we can cross over like this. And so what you notice is when I crossed over, I didn't just drive uphill and then slowly accelerate as I was crossing this road. I gained speed, did it a bit farther back. It's going to make it a lot harder for their players to shoot me. And from here, you can see I spot people like this bad shot. So I put one shot into the bad shot that gets me up to, like, we're up to 2k spotting, 350 damage. And from here, you'd expect people like, well, basically them, the 54, to start YOLOing me. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that 54 can't YOLO me. And I also want to make sure I have shots in this Progetto if he gets side shots on me. And that's what his play's doing. It's from here, he could shoot me in the side. And so I have to deal with that. But I can't overexpose myself to the T27 who's, you know, sniping from the back. Okay, so once this guy dies, I'm not gonna really be comfortable pushing this. I'll let the Hawk 12 do this because he's going to, and I'd rather not. Because what I think is gonna happen is for me to kind of sit in these bushes, that scout is probably in a position that just will outspawn me. So if this guy's gonna scout it, that's great. I'm not going to. I'm gonna come back to an angle like this, and I want to see if I get lit by the Skoda T27. If I don't get lit, that's really interesting because I'm not lit. So what I can do is I can try poking here, and I want to see if that Skoda spotted me. Okay, so the Skoda hasn't spot me either time from a position where he totally could spot me. And so I would be kind of thinking about moving up, and you can see he definitely did move. So what I can do is I can go here. This guy hasn't noticed me. We'll put a shot into his turret. And because this guy's where he is, I'm not going to YOLO him, because if I were to push into the 54, he'd just push into me, and then I don't have support. Because by pushing past this area, I cut off the 704 from shooting at people. So it's not a decent play. But what I can, if he's distracted and the Hawk 12's moving in, maybe we can give this a try. This is definitely extremely aggressive. So this guy doesn't really know I'm here, and maybe I can catch the Skoda off guard by playing here. You can see I tried. This guy proxy spotted me. This is where I'd YOLO me if I were him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare for that. Fall back if I need to. And it's evident that I don't really need to. See if the 704 hits him. There we go. And this is exactly, once again, we're playing the bait playstyle. This guy, we want him to poke on me so my teammates can get shot. This is exactly what this tank is good at in this type of matchmaking. So now they've got a Skoda. I'm making a mistake right here. I'm not going to push into the Skoda unless it's safe. I want to get underneath him, basically. I don't want to take a hit from this guy. If I take a hit from him, I'm down to a one-shot for every tank in the game. And so by coming up to an angle like this, I might catch him off guard, and you can see he's actually run away. So I am not going to get the kill in the Skoda, probably, but ultimately that's the right play because it's going to be safe. Now from here, I'm just going to YOLO in. I need damage. So the question is, from my location, where's the best place to get damage? So I think that playing this, if you're coming in through the one line, after you've won the one light on this map, what you want to do is I think you want to get up to a rock like this to try to get rear shots on people in the city. Now, I don't make this play consistently, so we'll see how it works. If it works badly, don't do it, please. We'll see, though. Okay, and I'm going to shoot on the move, because this thing's Russian. I might as well do that. Now, this 257's also Russian, so he's got the Russian bias. And here I'm going to choose to shoot at the TVP. That's an easy target that I can kind of shoot at and get damage on. Okay, good. That's one shot of damage. And I'm going to check the map to see what the 257's doing. Okay, this guy... Oh, I have shots. Okay, we're going to auto-aim that E75 right now because I'm looking at so many tanks. Dude, incredible. That guy has so much shit to shoot at and he shot at me. Now, I'm a one-shot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rock in between myself and everything that can one-shot me, especially this T10, and then I'll just reverse into this rock so I don't really have to worry about getting flanked, and that's actually going to raise my tank up, so I might get shots in this guy. If he's not behind. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's really hard for me to see. So by being here, I'm definitely safer than otherwise. He's got cover in between myself and him. And I'm just going to continue to hold this angle for a bit. Looks like he's dead, actually. So we're going to go after the TVP. So at this point in time, damage is what I need. So we're going to push into the TVP because we've only got 1,000 and this guy has 500. Fuck, he's so safe. Okay, definitely don't need gold. We'll try to avoid... Okay, I mean... Honestly, that result on Fisherman's Bay in a light tank is fantastic. This thing's an absolute beast. I'm super happy with it. Let's go play another one, though. That was fucking incredible. Alright, so this one's Cliff, and we're top tier. This thing should be able to go full beast mode. Now, most light tank drivers, if you're in a light tank, typically what the options available to you on a map like Cliff are to try to like YOLO the donut, and that's by going to E1 basically through here. You YOLO the donut, try to beat any lights that go over there. You can also play the hill. Now, in this map, Cliff is really shitty when there's Artie, because the donut is really open to Artie, and that's where Artie pretty much shoots. If you're ever wondering why you're not getting clicked on Cliff, it's probably because you're not in the donut, and you have tanks that are distracting the Artie. So, I'm not going to go there. There's 2 clickers. It's not worth it, and I'm in a light tank, so that's just going to get me focused. What I'm going to do instead is we're going to try playing the ramp. Now, I don't like YOLOing, like, there's a tactic for light tank drivers called counter scouting. Now, I don't like counter scouting because the way most people do it is they just YOLO another light tank and try to like hit more shots and kill them, and both tanks either end up as like a one shot or dead. So it's a bad strategy if you actually want to win the game. What I try to do instead is I just try to deny someone a position. So by going up to the lighthouse, that's a lighthouse, yes it is, I'm going to just put shots into people, and we're just going to try to stop the Lynx or whoever's on their team who's going here from actually taking this position. We'll also get a lot of scouting, and this is why I'm actually okay with this play. So Progetto's right here. We have 7 fucking degrees of gun depression. Incredible. And from here I'm going to get out because there's a Lynx behind me. And Artie also preaims on this road all the time. So we're just going to get Artie safe. I'm going to try to put shots into this Lynx who's behind me. Doesn't look like we're able to get anything, but I think this is an actually really decent play. Now, if I had played a high-risk strategy, I would have just committed to the hill, and that might have worked in this game, but it's not going to work most of the time, and that's why I didn't do it. It's like it's a high-risk kind of high reward play. I don't like those as much. I'd rather be alive towards the end of the game. So what I'm going to do instead is we're going to come up to here. This is the angle you play on this map. You sometimes are able to get shots into people like the Progetto, and right there, you don't really need to track people. Tracking them isn't going to get you any assist at all. It's just breaking their track at that point. And, you know, I would have gone for the damage if I could, but it is what it is. Hopefully he's down a kit now, and my team, this is a really interesting layout from theirs. So if you look at the map right now, my team is basically divided into sections. We have we have 3 tanks here, 3 tanks here, and then a couple tanks in the mid, and then we've got a lone Emil. This guy's dead. Like, he's not going to win this fight. Artie's going to kill him. There's no hope for him. Now, what I would want to do in this situation is I want to try to support this, because those are the strongest tanks on our team, and we want them doing something. So what I can do is, right now, I don't have the opportunity. I'm a flanking vehicle on this map in this matchmaking, and so being aggressive, apart from shots like this, isn't really a good option. But what I want to happen is these guys are going to push in, and they'll start turning tanks like the Emil and the 703 around. That's when I'll be able to flank them. Now, what's going to happen here is this TS5 is going to die, the Emil's going to die, and then the enemy team is going to get up to here, and that changes this entire battle, because they're going to now win the middle of the map, and that's going to allow these guys to turn around without being a problem. So brilliant play by their team. You know, whether or not it's coordinated, it's probably not coordinated, but what I want to do is I want to try to kill these guys so that doesn't happen, because once they win the donut, we lose the middle of the map. So there you go. AMX is dead. Now we don't have to worry about that. I'm in a position where this guy didn't spot me because that bush was behind me. Now that's a play that you can make on purpose, right? Like, if you're gonna shoot over here, just make sure this bush keeps you safe from these guys. Now, as these guys are pushing through, the 703 is probably going to start to feel that pressure. This is where I would feel comfortable kind of taking the donut. I'd rather play the donut than the mid right here, because what happens is you can push up further on the donut and get better shots on people like the Emil. So I have shots in that Progetto. I'm just going to push the links, to be honest. Okay, get the kill. Is there anyone to my right? No, there isn't. And from here, I'm kind of just going to see what I can do. I want to get into these bushes eventually, right? So this bush here actually isn't too bad, but you will get spotted, and people like this Emil, you can see he sees me, so he knows I'm here. It's not like I can trust these bushes, but what I can do is I can try to stay already safe, and I can just play this angle like a normal person. You know, I'm not using camo or anything, we're just playing the angle, just making sure we don't get shot at. And from here we have shots on basically everyone. They'll be in a crossfire, and that's a really rough situation for them to be in. So Emil fired. I noticed that. It was a mistake to let him shoot once at me, but because he fired, I took advantage of his reload. If I was the 703, I'd be camping me right now. He's not, but I was just going to play it safe. Because the 703's pushed in, I'm going to be able to do, and the Emil's fallen back, I'm going to be able to make this play. There we go. And I'm just going to put shots out like this. I personally think the Emil is reloading, and if I have shots in this 703, definitely going to take them. Now, what you could do, if you're an aggressive light, is you could try spotting people. This is an okay play, but I'm not really going to be spotting for anyone. Spot the Artie. Hello. Okay, this T28 isn't looking. I feel like I'm going to take a shot at the Artie. And yeah, this is shitty. So I'm going to repair my fuel tanks there because I don't want to get lit on fire. That's very common in this vehicle. And from here, I think this guy's definitely looking at me. I'm just going to pull out and get safe. So a lot of people will overcommit when they're trying to spot like that. We spotted their Artie. Our Artie didn't take advantage of it. There's nothing we can do about it. But we did, like, that was, in my opinion, an okay play. So if you notice, Artie shell just went towards K1. So I could always return and respot that if I thought the Emil wasn't going to shoot me. Because of his position, though, it's really stupid. I'm going to have to just make sure this shot goes in. And he's angling his armor perfectly. So we put a shot into him. He's probably going to spot me. He didn't spot me. That's really interesting. I think it was this bush that kept me safe. This guy's blocking my shot. Just going to wait. Good. Get the kill. And now I would feel comfortable reversing into this bush. No, actually, we're going to load HE and just try to spot the Artie. I want to just get him out of the fight. So that KV4 might have spotted me. Okay. How are we going to do this? So I'm definitely spotting that T28. If that T28 dies, that would be great because he's not going to light me. Now, I'm not really going to shoot at him. I've got this KV4 right here. He's in the open, not doing anything. And I think what I'll do is... most people would try to kill the Artie here. It's not a good idea. If I poke up, everyone who's camping will have shots in me. And really, I want to wait till I'm unspotted. I'd rather just let my teammates kill the Artie in that situation. And then from here, we can continue to abuse this angle because we actually live. So we're going to be able to get more damage from here. The key here is maximizing the damage. So T44 is the least biggest threat, but at this point we've won. And I'm going to shoot at him because I will always pen these vehicles. And it's the safest shot to take. Okay, I have shots in this guy, and we're running out of ammo at this point. We're up to 2k damage. I want to see if I can get more. I'm going to switch to gold here because I'm running out of APCR anyways, and I want to shoot gold at the side of this guy because he's actually hard to pen. We have shots in the 110. They're not the greatest. Hopefully that one goes in. That's good. Now they only have the M40 left, so we're going to switch to APCR for sure. And is he going to... he might, I think. I think blind firing this area is not a bad idea. Now, the problem is we'll run out of AP. If I was him, I'd be here, honestly. And I know for a fact he's a one-shot, so we're going to blind fire. No, I'm not going to blind fire anymore. T-44 is going to spot him in a sec. Ah, fuck. The shell travel time, man. Still, that was 4 kills, 4,500 combined. That is actually my best game for combined damage, I think, in this tank. That was fucking amazing. This thing is so good. I really like it. Unfortunately, it's one of those tanks that I think is really hard to 3-mark, but it's like an absolute boss. So good. Oh my god. So that was 150k credits. We got how many boxes? 5 plus 7 plus 4. I think that's 16 off the top of my head. 2,600 damage puts us as second place as a scout. 4 kills. Holy shit, how much assist did we get? I think it was 2k, right? Yeah, something like that. 2,800 assist. So that's why we made so many credits. Now, if we didn't get any bonus for that game, it would have been 110,000 credits. Still a phenomenal game. This thing is absolutely great. If you have the chance, get it. It's fucking amazing. I think it's actually in the tech tree. So when I made the first video, I didn't know that you could get this tank in the tech tree. And you can't. People said you could get this in the tech tree, so I don't understand what they're talking about. It might be different on different servers, but, you know, this thing, when it goes on sale, highly recommend it. It's a really fun tank. Yeah. I would say it's kind of borderline overpowered at this point, but hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.